What's up, everybody? This is Will from the Think Different podcast here in my lovely home. And I figured today would be a great day to talk about HomeKit, because in my house I have a ton of HomeKit stuff. So I figure I'm going to be here to inspire you for this holiday season and give you a tour of my home on how I use HomeKit every single day. But before we do that, we have a special guest here with us. Everyone say hi to Cody. Hi, Cody. Yes, he's very happy to be here on the Think Different podcast. Yeah. Okay, so he's not that excited, but let's go around my home and first talk about what I have in my house so everyone can see what my environment's like. And I'm going to be using my Apple Watch to do the communication since I'm recording video. Number one is I have a door lock on my house, actually. So we take a look over here. My lock is here, so I'm going to actually tell Siri, hey Siri, lock my door.
Your door is locked.
Ah, yes, my door is locked. So the door lock I have is a Schlage, whatever it is. So it just locked my door. I'm going to tell it to, hey Siri, unlock my door. And there we go.
Still unlocking the home lock. Ask me in a few minutes to confirm that it's unlocked.
What a moron. Now, by the way, what just happened on my lock, that happens a lot with this lock, unfortunately. Sometimes if the door gets stuck, it does that. So just so you know, the Schlage lock is great, but it does make a couple mistakes here and there. Overall, though, I really much enjoy it. But now it's time to go to the living room of my home. I have my Christmas tree here. I have lights here on the top of the fireplace. And all these lamps you see right here are all hooked up with hue lights. So I'm going to tell, hey Siri, turn on living room lights. And there they go. And that's how it works. Now I have a HomePod as well on one corner, HomePod on the other corner. And over here on the fireplace, I'm going to say, hey Siri, turn on fireplace.
Okay, fireplace is on.
And there we go. So all these are connected in my living room section of my device. I also have a light up there, but it's not dark enough, you can't see it. But if I say, hey Siri, turn living room lights red. And there they go. So cool, you can have a nice Christmas atmosphere around here. So I really love the living room lights. They are awesome. This is the new room. That's right, it's the baby's room. Coming soon to a world near you. I have two different lights hooked up in here, actually. They are not Hue. They're actually a completely different brand. I forget the brand. I found them, they were like $20. They were much cheaper than getting the Hue lights, but we call this the baby room. I'm going to use my Apple Watch here. I'm going to change the color of one of these lights. So if I turn it blue, there we go. Red. There we go. So I'm using my Apple Watch to do this. And then there's also a brightness control, so I can just go all the way down to off if I wanted to, or on. So my Apple Watch is doing all this. So very convenient, especially if you have your watch on you. Go right 100% brightness. So that's the baby's room, hooked up to two different lights. This is where all the magic happens. It's the bedroom. I have one light over here, and then I have another light over here for my bedroom lights. I'm going to show you something really cool at nighttime. I'm going to film this a little later, but you're going to see something really neat how I set up these lights. And say hi to the kitty. Hi, Elliot. Not impressed, huh? If you want to know what I'm using for the lights here for the fireplace, I'm using the iSwitch. So that's what I use for my lights. Because it's Christmas time, I have my lights hooked up. Right here are the switches. So if I press the button here on the side, and now it turned on the light, and here we are. So I can turn it right back off. Very easy. Or I could say, turn on bedroom right window.
I've sent the request.
And there it goes. Just turned on right there. So very, very simple. I have the left and the right window. So two switches hook up to these two different lights. And at nighttime, you're going to see this in action. I use that there's two upstairs and two downstairs. So that's how I'm able to do all these. So iSwitch is very, very old. It has been around for a long time. Now, if you're a guy, you're going to want to be around this room because this is my bar room. But I also have a bar light behind my TV. Hey Siri, turn on bar room light.
I've sent the request.
And there it is. So I have a bar light right there under back of my TV. I didn't want to get one of those things that goes around the TV. It was they're kind of annoying, and you really can't do much of them, especially if you have to move the TV. eventually if I move or something. So I figure it was much easier just to get a light that shines behind it, and it makes it give you that same effect. But now here comes the fun part. This is the motion censored. Ooh, and here I'm in the room. And bam, that's right. I didn't touch a switch or anything. I have this motion sensor from Hue that hooks up to all 4 of these lights. Hey Siri, make office lights red.
Coming right up.
Thank you. Yeah, now this is a cool office. Look at that. We got our Disney memorabilia there. We have a wall. And we have a door. And we have, this is where the podcast happens, everybody, in case you wanted to know. All right, guys, welcome to my home automation. So as you can tell in my home app right now, you could see that there's a section on the top for, I guess, temperature, I guess your lock, 13 lights on switches, your favorite scenes, and your favorite accessories. So this is how it's all set up here in my home. On the left side, you can see I have my living room separated. You have your bedroom, your office, outdoor, etc., baby's room, all that. And you can change these backgrounds. I just don't find a reason to do that. It just takes too much time. So, for example, in my living room, there is 2 scenes. If you notice that there are a couple of scenes here I have set up. So I have bedtime, love, outdoor lights, and good night. And love, we are not going to be able to show you that one, but we are going to be able to show you good night. Hey Siri, good night. And as you can see, the lights up here are on. These are the only lights now on in our home. So it makes it very easy. So that's it. I said goodnight and it turns off every single light. It locks my door and it leaves this light and this light on only in our bedroom. Very neat. And all of our Christmas lights, as you can see, are out. And very neat too, the night light turns on down here. Now let's go into automation. Now this is where one of my favorite features are. So there is a couple of different ones you could set up for daily usage. So an example on this one, my left window, my right window, my outlet, and my outlet 2. These are the outdoor lights that I'm showing you in the evening time. And this is how we do our Christmas lights. So if you remember back in our bedroom, we had the left and right window. We also have 2 outlets on the outside that work together. They're in one single kit. And that's how they turn on. Now, also, if you look at the 10:30 p.m., that's disabled. So there are ways you could disable these. Some of these I set up for when I go away on vacation. That's why I have them here. So, for example, that's when I turn all the lights on or off. So that's the idea behind it, or I put them on low. That's why I do that. It's really more, these are more vacation style. Once at sunset, these are fun. So this tells me to turn on my fireplace and all of my lights in my living room on. When that occurs. So this is just for my living room, turns all those on. When anyone arrives home, there's an automation to unlock my door. I will get a notification on my watch that says that will enable and say, hey, do you want to run this? So it never runs on its own when it comes to locks. You have to always trigger it, but it will give you a pop-up and you can just hit run. I'm in the Hue app right now. The reason I wanted to come here, there is one feature I do not use HomeKit for because I don't find it to work as great. But as you can see, there are different lights turned on. My barroom lights, I can turn them off. My bedroom, my main living room, they can all turn off. The one I use in here is for the outdoor lights. And this is because I have 3 Hue outdoor lights out there. And under routines, I have something called other routines. And in there is the outdoor lights. So if I go in here, I have it set up to do a Christmas effect when sunset occurs. I do find it a little odd that HomeKit does not work as easy with this. I don't know why. So I just do it inside this app, and it does the same thing anyway. So I'm actually very happy with how they do it here. Same thing with bedroom lights at sunset. They go dimmed, and I find that to be a little bit better than using the HomeKit lights. So there are some features in the Hue I do prefer over there, but it's a very small amount. Usually it's just these special routines, these special features. They even have a home and away feature, which I don't use personally, but if I wanted to come home and my lights were turned off, it would actually be aware of that. And in coming home, it will actually turn on some of these lights. So that way, if they're not on for some reason, they'll turn on automatically. So Hue has definitely got a pretty couple features that I like. All right, now I want to show you the devices I have that are not on here. So number 1 is the Miros Outdoor Smart Plug. That's the one I ordered for the outdoor section of the lights. So they have it right there. It works with HomeKit. It comes with 2 outlets. These have been so far really good. I've only had it for a small amount of time, but right now they're offering a $3 discount when you buy the coupon. So these are pretty cheap. I had a different brand called Y-On or something like that, but it was very difficult to set up and it wasn't connected to HomeKit. When I set this up, I actually set this up inside my house first. I didn't do it while I was outside just to make sure it actually functioned. My advice is make sure if you're going to set this up to please do it inside, don't do it outside. All right, and the last thing I had in the baby's room that's not a Hue light is these Miro Smart Wi-Fi LED bulbs. So the same brand that does I actually just realized that now, actually I was talking to you, but you get two bulbs for $28.99. Now the difference is between Hue is that it doesn't need a hub. That's the difference between the Hue lights. These actually just set up without a Hue light. However, I had to download the app. I felt like I had trouble with one of the lights, and in order for it to work, I had to actually download the Miros app in order for it to work. So I didn't find this one as easy to set up, but for $28.99 for two bulbs, I mean, right now you're paying $49 per Hue bulb here. The key is how long is it going to last? Because that was something that Hue has talked about, is how these last a lot longer. They last 10 years according to Hue. So I've had my Hue lights for about 5 years. I have not had any problems with them. They all still work. And as far as the ones on the upstairs in the baby's room, I figured I'm not using those as often, so I bought a cheap pair. So far, I've liked them. Like I said, the setup was not as easy as Hue, but they are still very easy to work with, and they have the same features as Hue, so there's just around the same thing. So I would tell you that if you're not willing to invest into Hue because of the price amount, if you're getting a good Black Friday deal, or if you need a cheap pair, this is really good, and the ratings are pretty solid. People seem to be very happy. All right, so I'm going to do something fun here, guys. I figured this would be a little fun thing to add onto the video. I'm going to actually create a Siri effect that'll tell them to turn on my Christmas lights. So I'm going to hit the plus sign here, and I'm going to hit add scene, and I'm going to say custom, and I'm going to call it Christmas lights. Okay, I'm going to hit add accessories. So the accessories I need to add is in my bedroom. I have to add the left window and the right window because my stars are up there. And then the outdoor, I have to turn on pretty much everything on the outdoor. So I'm going to turn on every single option, including the Hue lights. And I'm going to hit done. So now it tells me, well, what are you going to do with those? Well, I'm going to have all of them turn on. And then we could test the scene right now, but of course it's daylight, so you're not going to really see it. But that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to go outside right now, and I'm going to turn on those lights, and you will see it right from my Apple Watch. The moment you've all been waiting for, I'm going to use my Apple Watch, and I'm going to turn on these lights. Turn on Christmas lights.
Christmas lights coming right up.
This wraps up our vlog of our entire home. I hope everybody enjoyed all the different features of HomeKit, Hue lights, anything like that. I'm not sponsored for any of these brands, folks. I'm just showing you how you can make your home amazing with all the different lights you can have in your home. And HomeKit is truly an amazing experience. Now, of course, if you don't have, there's so many more options with Alexa and Google Chrome and all those other brands. But I've been an Apple user for so long, so buying a HomeKit device has been extremely simple to set up, and it doesn't require you to get another app. It makes it really easy just to set up everything. So for me personally, I'm always going to buy something with a HomeKit feature. Anytime I have bought something that's not HomeKit, sometimes they're a little funky to work with, but everything under the HomeKit has worked great for me. This is Will from the Think Different podcast. Join us every single Friday for a new episode. Thank you guys, and have a great holiday season. Thank you. Were you in the cat food? What did you do? What did you do? You were in the cat food? Were you doing something bad? What did you do?